Okay guys, so Asimo has said something that kind of confirms a live event or something involving the live event from earlier this year, and it's really cool. So let me show you guys what he said. So if you come over here to Reddit and you look at Asimo's post about the Javelin coming out on Friday, it looks completely normal. He lists everything that changed in the update, like the new Javelin with the torpedo-like performance, new rims, all of that stuff. But if you go to the bottom, he says, "Thanks again Reddit, see you on December with the next one. It should be something big and different, static." And if you guys remember the event from earlier this year, there was a lot of static in it. So what could this mean? Well, this could either mean that the guy from the live event earlier this year might be returning in a new live event for the December update, or we could get something like what happened in September when the person from the event brought in those new airdrops, which was a way for them to bring in their stuff from their base or whatever into Jailbreak and prepare for whatever. I don't even know. Because Asimo did say on Twitter those crates were from the guy from the event, so they do have a connection there. So that could mean that something like that will happen where the boss, or whatever his name is, they called him the boss on the crates, maybe that dude will revamp or add a feature into Jailbreak on the winter update like he did in September with the airdrops. So here's what's going on so far. We have the live event from earlier this year, then we have the airdrops from September, and now we're here with a revamp or addition, or we also have a live event. Based off the static part on the end of Asimo's post on Reddit, I feel like it can't really be a revamp or addition, because what revamp or addition would involve static? It has to be something involving a live event. Because how on earth would they add in static? Would it just randomly appear on your screen, just static, and you can't see? That just does not make sense. So a live event is the only thing that makes sense, because maybe the meteors or whatever comes in again, and then the static appears on your screen as that dude or whatever hacks the game. So it doesn't make sense to have a revamp or addition, so we can safely cross that off for now. And now we're left with the live event. Now, what could this live event be? Because there haven't really been any meteors in the sky, I don't think, at least. So it can't be meteors for sure, because if there were meteors, then we would be seeing them in the skies like before. So it has to be different. It can't be meteors. It has to be something completely different from meteors, because there are no meteors in the sky. But before we can determine what this could be, we have to keep in mind this dude has the ability to bring meteors onto Jailbreak and completely destroy the map, so he's really powerful. And we also have the possibility of this dude being the guy who launched the nukes in 2020, so it could be anything right now. I feel like the chances of this guy being the same person that launched the nukes is pretty low, because the guy who launched the nukes did get arrested at the end of the event. And Asimo did say in his Q&A earlier this year that this guy is a new character, so I feel like the chances of this guy being the guy from 2020 is really low right now. So it's probably the same dude from earlier this year, but I think Asimo did also say they might be revealing who this is. I'm not really sure, but I think he said that in his Q&A earlier this year. Obviously, that might not be true and this might be false, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So we can confirm it right here. It is the same dude, and it probably will be for now. So now we need to figure out what will be happening and what he will do this time. Will he maybe hack the nukes and launch a bunch of nukes? Will he maybe destroy this gun shop, the donut shop, or the prison? I'm not really sure, but that's what we have to figure out now. So right now I feel like we have a few options. We have the prison, we have this place right here where Asimo said he will be adding something to later in this year, which it's the end of the year, so something might be happening there. And I'm not really sure which other locations might be involved, but I feel like the military base might have something to do with this. So now we have the same dude, the prison, that wood pile place, and we also have the military base. But now that we have this stuff figured out, we need to figure out what this dude will be doing. Will he launch a bunch of nukes? Will he cause a flood? Will he maybe load a bunch of things into Jailbreak that will cause harm to the map and us? players, or what will he do? So for now, we can 100% cross off meteors because chances are they're not going to do the same thing again. That's just boring and lame. So they're not doing meteors for sure because that's just boring if they do the same thing. So now that leaves us with nukes, floods, and also the cargo plane, because the cargo plane has not been revamped in a while, and it was also added in a winter update, so this might have something to do with the plane. I feel like there's a very low chance that they'll be using nukes again, so let's just move this up here for now. And they already did floods, but it's possible, so we're gonna leave that there for now. And yes, as I said, the plane was added in a winter update, so there's a high chance they will be using the plane in this update too. And the plane was added in 3 years ago, so that could be the main part of this event too. Maybe something happens to the plane or something, and then we get a plane revamp, and that's the new robbery. Because as most of you guys probably know, we do get a robbery every 6 months, and it's about time we get a new robbery, so this could be the new robbery. So the plane is definitely gonna be a part of this update. It just has to be because it makes sense. The plane has been here for 3 years, and all other robberies have been revamped, and the plane is literally the only one that hasn't so far. So it's a high chance the plane is involved in this update in some sort of way, and there is also a high chance it will be revamped too. And in the case that the plane is the thing that's being revamped, then none of this over here will happen, because if they revamp the plane, then chances are they're not going to revamp the prison or anything else as well, because that's just way too much work for one update. So if it's the plane, then none of this is happening. But if it isn't the plane, then something like this will be happening. So make sure to write that down because that's important. And with this over here, we can't really go any farther because there are no more hints that could help us here. So that's pretty much all we're going to have for this part over here for now. Yeah, I think this part right here is pretty much complete, but we do have another thing we might want to crack down on. And that was the price of the Javelin while it was still on sale. It was 929,929, which is a really specific number, especially for a jailbreak vehicle. So what could this mean? Well, I'm not really that sure because obviously 929 is a really just weird number. Someone on Twitter suggested that this might mean the 29th of either month, November or December, or this might also mean 92. And I'm not really sure what 92 means and what it would help with because, let's be fair, it's a completely random number. It could mean literally anything, and I don't know anything in Jailbreak that starts or ends with 92, so we could probably safely cross that off. Now, I don't really know what 29 would be because they're not going to update on November 29th because usually on December updates, they update on the first day of the winter break for most people or on the first or second week of December. So it can't be the 29th of November. It could be the 29th of December, but that's very unlikely because they're not going to update at the end of the month. That's literally right after Christmas, and right after Christmas, no players on Roblox anymore because that's when people start going back to school, all of that stuff, so it's a horrible time for that stuff. And if we pull up the calendar too, as you guys can see, the 29th isn't even a weekend, so it's just probably completely impossible that that will be the time of this event or update. Usually the update would be on the 9th here of December or the 16th. I'm not really sure, but it might be on the 16th this year. This is probably when it will happen. In the case that it's a live event though, it will happen on a Saturday because that's when most players are on Roblox, so it will probably happen on the 17th or the 10th. So we can also safely cross off the 29th because, let's be honest, what would the 29th be? That's a completely random day, just like the number 92, so it can't be anything involving that day. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do with this because obviously we don't even know if this is going to be a live event yet. So why do a bunch of work when we don't even know it's going to be a live event in the first place? So yeah, make sure to take your screenshots of this and tell me what you guys think this could be in the comments. If you want to help out even more, please take a screenshot of that and draw out what you think this update might be. Is it a live event? Is it a revamp? What do you think it might be? And maybe it might be a reasonable answer or theory. So yeah, please do that if you think you have a theory or idea for the next update. And yeah, please don't take this video like a live event is confirmed and all of that stuff, because this is literally just me with a big theory, and I want to obviously share it to you guys, because obviously winter updates are a big deal. They're always big, and they're known to be big, so that's why I have this theory, and that's why I'm making this video. But yeah, as I said earlier, please tell me down below in the comments what you guys think this update might be. Personally, I think it's a live event involving the plane, all of that stuff, but yeah. If any more news about the next update comes out within the next few days or something, I will make a part 2 to this video, and I will continue what we have started right now, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.